Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kens TV and the House Like Kitchen Sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? And hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action, this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive it. Now, with no further ado, let's get into this afternoon's video, if you will. For you all that frequent my channel, I definitely appreciate you. I actually left my real phone number on a video that I had uploaded. Perhaps I left my phone number on 2 videos. And the love is overwhelming. You know, I get text messages, I get phone calls, but mainly text messages. And, you know, it's no disrespect. It's just people just, you know, getting at me, letting me know they like my channel. They appreciate me. You know, just encouraging words. And I definitely appreciate that. But I had a missed call yesterday. And I believe it was Wyoming. I called the number back. It was someone that watches the channel. And she asked me a question. She said, why did you stop uploading videos in regards to Jay Williams? It's a very interesting question. Basically, I told her that I would be making a video about this to address it. But I ran it down to her briefly. I was at work, but I just, I took the time to call back. My thing is this. Absolutely no disrespect. None. At all. When I initially made the video about Jay Williams, I never knew that it would lead to a second or a third or a fourth or a fifth or a sixth or however many videos that I made. That wasn't my intention when I made the video. When I made the video, it was just an individual that I looked at kind of like a friend, so to speak. Even though I've never met Jay Williams. I've never talked to Jay Williams. I know the exact situation that he was going through. Exactly. To a T. I've experienced it, unfortunately, so many times. So when I see all these people, I see a lot of the love. Don't get me wrong. It was a whole lot of love. But when I see these people judging him and saying, well, did you see the charges? They just upgraded the charges. They've sealed his files. They've, he ran so he had something to hide. He did this. He threw that out the window. All of these things that I was reading, I felt compelled to step in and say, hold on, you all. See, in prison, you mind your own business. You don't do things like this in prison unless you're, really with a strong car to where you can do something like that. But out here on these streets, this is not prison. So when I seen, a lot of the hate and the negative comments that were directed towards Jay Williams, as I mentioned, I just felt, obligated in a sense to step in and say, hold on. I've been there. I've done that. That's not what it is. Even though I wasn't there, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it is and that's what it was. So I stepped in and I made a video, thinking nothing of it. Well, it turns out to where that video, as I mentioned, turned into another video because people were asking me questions. People were commenting. People were saying, thanks, Real Kens. Thanks for being there for Jay Williams. I'm not going to necessarily say I was there for Jay Williams. I spoke up for Jay Williams. Jay Williams doesn't owe me anything. Nobody owes me anything. I just did that, as I mentioned, because I'm probably one of the few, not the only, but I'm one of the few people that understood exactly what he's facing and what he was and currently is going through. So that's why I always call myself the bridge. If you look at my previous videos, I always refer to myself as the bridge because I'm able to communicate, if you will, what he's most likely thinking to a lot of the viewers that don't know his situation and scenario that he's in. For example, when he was incarcerated and he did the live video, I mentioned before that when you're in prison, it's a whole different, it's different. When you're incarcerated, rather you're in prison, rather in, the county jail. It's a whole different environment. So your demeanor is going to be different. He was mad. He was mad at himself. He was mad at perhaps whoever filed these alleged charges, complaints. He was mad at, certain people out on the streets because it's harder to direct things when you're in prison, when you're incarcerated, because all you have is a phone call. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Sometimes it takes a while to get on the phone. You use the phone. Somebody else is waiting on the phone. You got to wait so long. They cut the phones off at a certain time. You're trying to get home to your family, but you need this person to do this, and they're not moving fast enough. And it's just the frustration of being incarcerated. And that's all that you all seen on that video. As I mentioned, I've been there. Understood exactly what he was saying. And in the video that he unfortunately had to take down, because his lawyer told him that he sent me a personal message. Well, he commented. He didn't send me a personal message to my phone or anything, but he commented and told me, I had to take it down, bro, but, my next live, I got you. It's not even about that. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the people that did actually get an opportunity to see his live video. But it was never for that. It never was. As I mentioned more than once already, one video turned to 2 videos, 2 turned to 3, 3 turned to 4, and it just kind of kept going. Now, the young lady that I spoke with yesterday, I explained to her that I still got nothing but love for Jay Williams. Nothing but love for Jay Williams. But the reason that I backed up as far as doing the videos in regards to Jay Williams, I had already said Jay Williams is home now. You see what I'm saying? I no longer really have to be the bridge that I was, because he's home. He can speak for himself, albeit he can't talk about the case at all. Because in his live video, he addressed the case, but he didn't really go into any major details. His lawyer, hey, take that down, man. We can't have that. Take that down. So anytime he does a video now, it primarily has to be either a reload, reintroducing himself, or, introducing himself to the people that may not be familiar with Jay Williams. He did a video yesterday, man, and I was good to. He seemed like he was upbeat, pleasant mood, and I really enjoyed it, as I typically do. So by Jay Williams being home, I'm not trying to use Jay Williams' name to come up. There was never, ever. Have I gained several viewers? Yeah, I have. I'm not going to lie. But I never really knew that it was that deep. You see what I'm saying? I'm appreciative of it. But I'm Real Ken's TV. You see what I'm saying? You can't keep trying to come up off of another person. And again, that was never my intentions. That was never my motive. Never. Like I said, it's just like any other celebrity, because Jay Williams is a celebrity. So let's just say a major celebrity, no disrespect. Let's just say a major celebrity and something happened. All the blogs and vlogs and, people's online, they're speaking about it, right? So what's the difference in what I did? I just spoke about a situation in which an individual has a lot of followers, a lot of fans that genuinely care about him. All you gotta do is just go down his, read the comments. People have genuine love for this guy, man. And I see why. I mean, he's a genuine dude. He's a genuine person. But he's a human being. He makes mistakes like any one of us. Things just happen, man. You see what I'm saying? You can't persecute a person because they disappointed you and broke your heart. That's part of life, man. As long as you grow from it, you learn from it, and you move on. You move on. So when I explained that to her, and again, I didn't have very long. I was at work. But I did take out, we probably spoke about 10 minutes. And when I explained it to her, she really understood. At least that's, the impression that I got. She genuinely understood. Jay seems like he's still going to drop videos. Trust me, he's still going to drop content. Trust me. He's definitely going to drop content, but it's going to be in a different form, in a different fashion at this point. Because, yeah, he can talk about stories from prison, perhaps the jobs that he's performing, but it kind of, he can't really go too deep in talking about his personal life. Not right now. It's kind of like he has a gag order. Not saying that he does. I'm just, again, I've never talked to Jay Williams. I don't know Jay Williams. But it seems as though he has a gag order like, listen, you can't do that. You can't talk about these things. And, and I read some comments. Oh, he's probably getting high. He's probably drinking. Listen, man, he has an ankle monitor on. At any given time, when your color pops up, you have to go within a reasonable amount of time, typically immediately, to be honest, and go pee in the cup. And they're testing you for any sort of drugs and sometimes alcohol. A lot of times you have a curfew, you have to be in at a certain time. They know exactly where you are at all times. So I'm quite sure that man's not doing anything even remotely close to what some of these haters are saying. They're just haters, man. Just jump online to troll. That's it, just to try to get a reaction out of you. As I mentioned before, I would say that he's spending, as much time with his family as he possibly can. Of course, he's making a living, however, with his construction business, or I don't know, he said he was shutting it down, but I'm quite sure that he still has, different contracts and things of that nature to where he can go do and maybe take a couple people with him to help him. Just assuming these things. And just working on himself, going to different classes, probably going to some sort of a rehab. Not saying that he needs rehab, but all those things look good for you so that when you do go before the judge, when it's final sentencing date, Your Honor, my client, he's taken the initiative to check himself into outpatient rehab. He's volunteering in the community. He's, doing all of these things. All these things look good for you in front of that judge, because at the end of the day, the judge has your life in the palm of his hand. If he wants to give you probation, he can give you probation, or she can give you probation. If they want to send you to prison, they can. As he mentioned, man, running from the looting charge, is going to be, kind of dead to the wrong on that. So he's already faced the fact that I may have to go do a little time. He told you all. He told us. But hopefully he won't. So these are the things that Jay Williams is probably doing. And then you have to realize there's two key components. First of all, YouTube, as much as he loves everybody, sometimes, man, you just don't feel like doing a video. Sometimes you don't feel like smiling. Sometimes you don't feel like everything's going to be okay. But you can't get on the video, somber, mad, depressed. You have to be upbeat. Lift people's spirits. Sometimes, man, you just don't feel like doing that. When you have a case, once again, I've already stated this before, but I can never say it enough. When you have a case, a pending case, that's one of the worst things in the world. Because despite what you're doing, despite the fun that you may be having at the moment, that case is always going to pop up in your head. Like, whoa, man. What have I gotten myself into? What? Going through this same thing again. Even if your court dates are 2 or 3 months apart. You come out of court, you feeling good. I don't have to be back in there for another 75 days. 2.5 months. Then as time goes on, a month passes. Then a month and a half. Then 2 months pass. Then it's like, whoa. Next thing you know, I'm right back in court again. Reliving that same nightmare. Because it's a nightmare. So when you all see Jay Williams on a video, uploading these videos, and he's upbeat, understand, it's not easy. It's not easy. Tupac said it. It's not easy being me. Will I see the penitentiary or will I stay free? It ain't easy. That's my motto. Drinking Tanqueray straight out the bottle. Everybody want to know if I'm insane. My baby mama got a mind full of silly games. That's the truth. Now, I'm not saying him directly as far as his baby's mama or his wife, or no disrespect, anything of, nothing like that. I'm just simply saying that song, it's reality. It ain't easy being me. Will I see the penitentiary or will I stay free? So you deal with these things. So when you don't see Jay Williams, it's not that he's trying to avoid everyone, trying to hide. He's just living his life. He's trying to get things in order. And you always have to think about the worst. Okay, what if I don't get probation? What if I do go? Then he has to have these certain things lined up. He has to have his family financially, in a space to where, okay, I know I'm going to be gone for X amount of time. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me make sure I have my videos, or my videos can, continue playing to where, money will continue to come in. Let me, it's all type of things that's like spinning around in his head. I guarantee you. I guaranteed you. I don't guarantee you. I guaranteed you. It's only so much one person can take. But he's accepted it. He's dealing with it. And he's going to get through it. And guess what? We here to help him get through it. Definitely are. One thing I know about a hustler, man. One thing for certain, two things for sure. He going to find a way. He going to do it the right way with integrity. He going to find a way, man. Man has 319,000 subscribers. How difficult that is. I got 1,700. He has 319,000 subscribers, man. Like, he's made history. And he's going to gain even more and more subscribers, because now, without the construction company, taking up several hours out of his day, it seems as though he's going to really dedicate himself outside of, the family and doing the things that come first to this YouTube thing. So just imagine what he's really going to do. He did that on a part-time basis. Just imagine. Hopefully I'll get there one day. I'm sure that there was a time he only had 17 100 subscribers. I've only been in the business 5.5 months. I'm learning. I'm going to get there. You know, I may get there on a turtle. You know, but I'm going to get there. And, you know, and I'll say this before I go. Another thing you all have to realize is I don't edit my videos. Not at this point. Eventually I will. I know how to. I just don't, because in the beginning you're pumping out content. You're pumping out content because you're trying to sell yourself. Not sell your soul, but sell yourself. You're advertising yourself. You're your biggest promoter. So I have to put my videos out and, you know, hope that I fall in rhythm with the algorithm, and my views will start to go up, and it'll happen eventually. It'll definitely happen eventually. You know, the turtle don't always lose the race, man. The turtle doesn't always lose the race. Sometimes he does, but sometimes he don't. So Jay Williams edits his video. So me, as soon as I'm finished with this video, I'll upload it. Jay Williams is going to have to go in the lab, you know, do the things that he does to edit the videos, go over it to make sure that everything's cool. Then he puts it out to the world. And that's cool. He's earned the right to do that. You know, he doesn't have to pump out as much content as I do because I'm a new channel. Understandably, respectfully. He's been there, he's done that. So that's another thing, you know, y'all just continue to be patient. He's going to bring that heat, that action. Pause. But he's going to continue to bring it to you. But he has to balance his life out. You know, he's trying to figure some things out. You know, he's having to speak to his lawyer. He's having to, you know, deal with this. He's having to, you know, still provide for his family outside of YouTube. He's having to come onto YouTube. He's having to, you know, spend time with his kids. He's having to do a whole lot of extracurricular that perhaps some of you all may not be familiar with. So all in all, I haven't stopped making content about Jay Williams. It's just that he's out and he can speak for himself in a sense. Just in a sense, though, because he can't talk about the case. So I don't understand why, you know, people jump in the comments. Well, I do understand, because they hate us. Jay, you won't you address the elephant in the room? Come on, man. Just totally disrespectful. But they know that. They're trolls. So anytime I see an opportunity to chime in, you know what I mean? When I see that it's getting a little hectic, I'm still going to continue to be that bridge. You know what I mean? Because I ain't got nothing but love for Jay, man. Same way you all do. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share it. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel. Hit that post notification anytime I bring you this action, this heat. You're amongst the first to receive it. I just got off. I went in for the morning shift. I'm going to relax for about an hour, if you will. I just wanted to make this video. I promised the young lady that I'd be putting out a video, you know, in regards to her questions, even though I was able to speak to her for about 10 minutes. I try to do as I say and say as I do. And when I can't, I'm sorry this happened. You know what I mean? Having integrity, doing the right thing simply because it's the right thing to do. Real Kens TV, man. Free Jay Williams. Let's live life. We out.